guys, welcome to another tutorial on Untitled Chapter. This is episode 7, and today is a little bit odd. Normally I do something new, but today we are doing something new. We're changing to ram-api version 4. Now, there's two ways to do this. You can go the old way with axios and add the header and add your API key, but we're going to go the easy route. Even if ram version 4 wasn't out, I probably would have done this anyways, but ram-api.js is a new package I created to make connecting to my RAM API a lot faster. As you can tell, it has a lot of requirements. You need axios still and the console logger. However, we already have that. However, the only difference is we're going to run this command now in our package as well. So we're just npmi RAM API. And it's installed. If we go to package.js, we can confirm that it has installed to the right version. Okay, we're going to go back here real quick and learn a little bit more. We can ignore updating this because we haven't updated. We haven't had it before. Now, if you need an API key, we'll go to the Discord server, which will lead you here. And you can go here to request a key, and we'll set you up with a key. So that is important. We do not want you sharing the key. If you find out you're sharing the key, we can suspend your key, so just keep that in mind. Anyways, here's the examples. So this is the setup process, but we're going to do something different, so don't worry about following along this website, because we're not going to have this const right here, or this const, or this const directly in our file, because just in case you have a GitHub. However, we are going to follow what these have down here, other than the RAM API part. If you notice, version still does not require a key. I left that open in case someone wants to check the version and try out the API before they request a key. So, yeah, and then you also have the API hug, which requires a key. The rest of them requires keys. If you notice, it has a field for the key and the API version. So technically, you can connect to any version of the API, version 3, version 2. I don't recommend connecting to version 2, though, because version 2 is outdated. But yeah, you can connect to RAM API version 3. However, it still requires a key because the package still passes through that header. Even though version 3 does not require a key at the moment, but it still requires a key. So if you actually don't feel like following along this tutorial, you can skip this tutorial and go to the next one if one's available. Also, I'd like to mention that we're switching off of SSH access. We're going straight to Visual Studio Code again, like the old days. I found SSH hard to follow for some people. I've been receiving notations about that, so I'm switching to this style again. I hope you guys understand that. If you're looking for the code in the last one, I may make a video explaining that, but for now, we're going to stick with this. Anyways, enough talking. Let's go and get to updating. So we ready to install the package. So now, what I'm going to do quick is create our development script, which is just simple running node mon dot. Which now we can run npm dev. And then we'll run our, or we can spend node mon dot ourselves. Or yeah, if it says that, you can just run npmi if you have it. For some reason, our system information went uninstalled itself, or I never had it installed properly. Boom, now we have it. So now it should start. Version 3 is outdated, but still supported is what we're getting. So you're about to see why we're going to have to do this. So if I switch to version 4, which I might have to fix up because the way the script works, you see version 4 matches the latest version. However, if we go to Discord and I run our 8-ball command, you get an error. It says connect error. There was an error connected to the API forbidden. That is because we did not pass the key. Now, I'm going to show you two options today. Real quick, I'm going to show you the header route, because that might be important for you to know if you're looking to do it manually still. So if you go to command front 8 ball, go here, you can add the header here. I'm not going to show you how, but you can look it up on the docs for Axios. Anyways, let's go ahead and go to our events and ready event. We can remove this, because here's what we're going to do. So nothing will work anymore correctly. We'll just say not found for a little bit, because we're going to switch this to ram API version. And just real quick, because I forgot to add this variable in for recording, and I got to add it in the secure file because I don't want my token exploited. However, I'm going to show you how to add the thing. Anyways, there we go. So now we have the API token in our secure file. We can do export .api, or no, ram API key. So this is where you'll put your key at in your config file. Just make sure your config file is not posted to GitHub. If it is, post it into a secure file. That's like we did the token. And then I'll just pass in the API key from the why did it not come up? Well, you get the point. So, I'm going to show you real quick what I did by just removing my token for a second. So, go to your secure. Well, my token will be reset for the bot. Anyways, go to your secure file and token file and paste your RAM API key here. Do not share this thing because we will terminate it. That's why I'm not sharing mine. And just real quick as well. There we go. So now I have a new token. Okay. So, also we need to change this to 7. Alright, so now we're ready to go. So if you notice, it's going to say it's not existent at the moment because we haven't fixed this yet. So what we're going to do is scroll down until we find our axios script. We're going to remove that. Also, I want to make it to where it checks the API version every so often as well, to make sure it's still connecting. First, let's start off with the startup script. So we'll do await API. We'll scroll down for version. Right there. So we do API version, and if you see it imports the version from the ram-api.js. This is why I said you don't have to do that const. You can do that const and import that way, but this way I found way easier and cleaner. Then we can do our ram API version. Now we do not need the key for this one, because if you save, let's go down on your console. It will say version 4 is the latest version. Now you can do version 3, and we'll still do the same thing. It does it for you. That's what I love. And it's a lot cleaner for code too. It's one line, easy. Now we can do our set interval. It is important that you set this to 60 seconds. I recommend, which is a minute, because there's still a weight limit. And I'm actually going to show you that weight limit getting triggered real quick. Because although we're not importing it manually, this thing still pulls off of the API. If you see here, it starts pulling. Error. An error has happened to many requests. It will do it for you. Now we're going to get that too many requests still because we pulled too many items. But that 60 seconds should reset that for us. But yeah, just keep that in note that even though you are running off a sub thing, it's still gonna pull the API limitation. Now let's add our 8-ball command. Then I'll show you how to implement it on a new command by adding the hello command to the hello side. So I confirm that I did everything that I need to do and ready. Yeah, okay. So let's go to our 8-ball. So we do not want to remove our message reply. So we're actually going to copy that and comment it down here for now. Then we can remove everything from this point, because it would do the work for us. And yes, when I mean do the work for us, it will post the error if something happens. However, I'm still working on a way for us to receive the error from messages. So give me some time and I can pull that for you. And actually, we might be able to do it with the that then feature. So if we do await API, and I'll test that today actually, because we need to do that anyways. So we do ram API version that tells us what version to connect to, and then we need to do ram API key, which comes from the secure file. That is important. You can actually remove that. So this won't work exactly just yet, though. We still need more code. We're going to do that then. To make that then function, new data. Now, this is where our .catch feature will come in handy. This will catch any errors that it's going to output. And we're just going to console.log error for now. So now that we have that set up, we can actually move our message reply off of this comment and move it into here. And then we can do our data.text. And boom. Now, my only question is, work. And, well, do the same, like, can we actually message the user saying that the API error was reached? Let's see. So we'll reach the API limitation until it stops like that. Our API is reached. So now it does not trigger, so it actually does output. Like I said, in the future, I'll find a way for us to log the error, but for now, the error is logged when it doesn't error. It has a different error. So that's set up. Now, how to add it to a new command? You may be wondering. So we're going to get rid of this. We don't need it. Okay. Also, I want to show you something new as well that I learned. If you do /* enter, you get all these params. So we could do our client. So we can do const client equals to require discord.js. So I learned that today. We don't need these two. And then we need to do our message embed. From discord.js as well. And then now when we go to do something like client dot user dot avatar, now we have everything that variable would have had inside the index file. I learned that today, or not today, but the other day. Anyways, let's go and go back to doing what we were doing. So we need to do an await API. We're gonna look for hello. Yes, alright, ram API has hello. Then we can import our RAM API version and our RAM API key. Then we can do the same thing. We can do a thin data equals to greater to. And then we can do our message dot channel dot send. And actually, we can use the param and we can do the message for message. And actually, if we do that, we should have dot channel now. Yep. But actually, no, we can just do dot reply like we were going to do. Now here's where the complicated stuff comes in. We're going to do our content like normal. Data.text, since it's only a text variable. But we're also going to do okay, I guess we can't do that with this. That's indirections. I'm going to get to that next episode. Next episode, we'll talk about slash commands, which is very fun to do. And there's a way to make a command handler for that as well. To have both slash commands and command message commands. And we'll add to text. And then we'll do our allow mentions variable. And applied user will allow it to ping them. So that's it. It's simple. It's a simple connection. If you go here and test it out, you'll see we have no. And if it equals to this, we can do hello, and it comes out as that as well. Just note that API limitations can be reached by clients. If you want to prevent an API limitation, I recommend putting a cooldown on your API commands. Another way too is if you know how, I don't know how, but if you know how, let me know down in the description. I'll do a video on it. Is to catch the error. Like I said, I think in a future version of this package, I'm gonna edit it to where it, instead of saying too many requests, it outputs too many requests. Or something like that. Like, it will allow us to catch the error. I'll work on that this week. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't think I'm missing anything from this. And if you actually see, it is checking it every minute. Which I like. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys. Alright, guys. Editor me here. I know this is probably at the end of the video, and the video actually kind of cut on me, but I just posted another update to the package today, so we now actually have the ability to catch the error as well. So if you see here in the guide, we now have catch errors. So we can actually catch the error and output it. And it posts the exact error that it logs itself too. It still logs it. So if we go to our tutorial bot and we go nodemon dot, this has not changed the version, by the way. Version does not have a way to catch the error. Maybe in the future I will find a way to do that, but for now, that's the way we're going to do it. But if I go here and let's say I must do this to help, but you will do it to 8-ball as well. And I pull this constantly until it reaches it, you notice an error will occur. It still works. However, you want to find the end of the dot then and add a catch function to catch the error. And you do normal. But I want to do it two different ways. So if error equals to, since it still console logs for me, I only want to check if error equals to this. You see why I'm going to do this in a minute. So if error equals to this, we can actually just return a message dot reply here. Like I said, you would do this exactly the same way to April. Content. You are making too many requests. As ram-api has a 5 action per 5 seconds. So now when the API is reached and check and see what I did wrong. Oh yeah. It's supposed to be like this. Stick to that then. Okay, there we go. So now we have that. So we're just returning that error that we caught inside the message. Now, it would still log it in console for you. And I'll show you an example of what happens if it's not that error. But first, let's go ahead and trigger that again. Did it not work? And here has occurred too many requests. Let's console log error for a minute. And try what's still reached. Why isn't it output? Did I not change it? Oh wait, I know what's going on. You have to install npm ram-api.js. So practically you have to update it. I totally forgot about that one part. If you don't update it, it won't have this code. While that's installing, we can remove the console log here because we work. I already tested this before I published the package. A faster way to do this too is, if that's taking forever, is to change this to the version manually. Save it, then npm or do all the updates it needs to do. Alright, so I had to refresh my thing here because it wasn't working, so I haven't stored knitting back in. But everything's installed now. We have the newest version. So now it should work. So if we go in to Discord here and we reach the endpoint, you are making too many requests as ram-api has a 5 action per 5 seconds. So yeah, it will just output that instead, which is nice. If you go back, it's still outputted. But you may be wondering what happens if you have a missing API key or an incorrect API key. So to test that, I was do a test wording here, which doesn't affect anything. So the error does not show to the user. However, you can choose to show like an error has occurred. Please contact the developer as well, since you can catch the error, since it does do that. An error has happened forbidden. That's the error. It does not match what we have here. So what else you can do as well, which I should have showed you, is you can do that. Under this return, do that. Do an else statement and return the same thing. So you return, and you would say, an error has happened, or whatever you want to say. Please contact bot support team, or whatever you want to say for that error. It's up to you. Then, if you don't have a proper API key set up, or your API key expired or was removed by mistake, you can get it fixed, because it would say error has happened, please contact bot support. Now let the user know that, hey, it's working, it's just there was an error. Which then you can go to console and see what the error is. That's why I still kept that in here. So that you're still seeing what the error is. You can also console log the error as well. It's just a bit of extra work. And yeah, it's 2 logs of the same thing, which you don't really need. And then if we set this back to the RAM API key, and we start, it should work again, because the campaign limitation is over. Alright, I hope you guys really did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys next time. And also, stay tuned for more updates. Next video, I will be doing /commands, so see you guys then. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I worked so hard on these videos. Here is the previous video, where you can watch the previous video. Here is the recommended video from YouTube. Here is the playlist to the series that is currently playing, and hit subscribe. See ya.